Tonight, fighting food insecurity, how locals are rallying to make sure everyone has access to food.
And King Charles is in town for his first visit as monarch. His trip as tensions between the United States and the UK are on the rise. Just ahead.
James Comey indicted for a second time by the Department of Justice, why the former FBI director is being targeted, and more as Kent Stater TV starts right now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good Tuesday evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sydney Brown.
And I'm Joe Malvin. Well, what a show we have for you tonight. Stay with us for the hour from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock.
And we've got your top stories, a close look at your forecast, and of course, your sports report.
That's right. And stick around to hear what all the Newscast seniors have to say.
That's right. Well, starting off tonight, the Hunger Challenge is heating up as Kent and Ravenna race to see which community can donate the most food and support local families in need.
With just days left in the competition, both communities are encouraging residents to step up before time runs out. Our own reporter Talia Scassa has more on this.
That's right, Joe. As April wraps up, local organizations are making a final push to fight hunger across Ravenna and Kent. As April comes to a close, the push to fight hunger in Portage County is entering its most critical stage.
That we are striving to fill a gap of food insecurities. And the way that we do that, we have hot meals 6 days a week, and we have pantry 4 days a week.
The Center of Hope in Ravenna, alongside Kent Social Services, is working to meet growing demand through the month-long Hunger Challenge.
Kent Social Services Center of Hope, we do meat bags. So we rely on, for the Hunger Challenge, we are relying on non-perishable food items that can fill our pantry that we will be able to put in our baskets.
All month, donations of canned goods and non-perishable food have helped stock shelves, but supplies are being used just as quickly as they come in.
We brought over $60,000 and of donations in.
The local agencies say more families are turning to food assistance, stretching resources thin as the final days approach.
That was able to feed our community, Kent and Ravenna.
Items like canned proteins, peanut butter, and boxed meals remain in high demand, with organizers emphasizing that consistent access to these staples is essential.
So that's an impact of being available to our community and not creating barriers that doesn't need to be there. They have enough barriers to deal with, but here we try to put those barriers down and says, okay, how can we help you?
With a goal to surpass last year's total, both Ravenna and Kent organizations are urging the community to step up one last time before April ends. Donations can still be dropped off this week, as these organizations urge that every contribution makes an immediate impact for local families in need. For KSTV, I'm Talia Scassa.
Talia, thank you. 2 teens were shot this afternoon in Cleveland. Police reports say they found a 16-year-old and 17-year-old who were both struck by gunfire from an unknown individual who opened fire. Both were taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Detectives are investigating the shooting and no arrests have been made.
2 Ohio Department of Transportation employees have been hospitalized as 2 different crews were hit on I-90 in Euclid this morning. Authorities from ODOT said one crew was picking up litter and the other was filling potholes. The 2 trucks were hit just 10 minutes apart from each other. ODOT is encouraging drivers to pay attention and avoid distracted driving.
An Ohio man pleaded guilty to 31 counts of federal crimes. Ronald E. Linderdale sent 92 threatening communications targeting over 30 public officials. Many of the victims were elected officials, law enforcement, and media members at the local television station in Ohio. Secretary of State Frank LaRose was personally affected in December 2024. LaRose opened a letter at his home with a powder substance and a written direct threat to his life. The threat says, "I have no other decision but to kill you to make sure the evil does not spread," end quote. LaRose has said previously they will not tolerate threats and acts of violence.
Good evening and welcome to your Tuesday weather forecast. And we've been looking at some interesting conditions outside as of lately, but I'll go ahead and look into what Ohio has in store for us right now. Right now up in Toledo, up north, they are sitting at a cool 63 degrees. But if we go ahead and look down south right now in Akron-Canton area, we're right now with about 72 degrees, which was around where we were at all around today. And down south, just slightly warmer with about 75, 76 degrees. And we go ahead and look and take a closer look right here in Kent. Like I said earlier, we were sitting around about 72 degrees today, and right now 70 right now, but up against the lake with that cool air breathing in, they are about 60 degrees and not quite about the 70 degrees quite we are in Kent. But if we go ahead and look at what we saw today with that high of 70 degrees, quite warm day, lots of sun was seen today, and if we go ahead and look at for the rest of the night, we are seeing a bit of a decline, but with that warm degrees that we saw today of the high of 70, a little bit of humidity, so while it was not too hot, that 74 degrees of humidity gives you that little bit of the sticky feeling, so that's why I say it was interesting. So while I'm just getting started with this forecast, I'll be back shortly with tomorrow's conditions and the extended forecast.
Casey, thank you. Britain's King Charles III was welcomed at the White House today for the first time as monarch.
That's right, and his long-planned trip coincides with an unusually delicate time between the U.S. and the U.K. CNN's Michael Yoshida has more.
Pomp and circumstances, President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump welcome King Charles III and Queen Camilla to the White House. It's Charles' first state visit to the U.S. since ascending to the crown, and is part of celebrations commemorating America's 250 years of independence.
The soldiers who once called each other Redcoats and Yankees became the Tommies and the GIs who together saved the free world as brothers in arms and brothers in eternity.
The royal trip comes as Charles looks to steady U.S.-UK relations strained by the war in Iran, a tricky task because the king has no formal political role. Trump has criticized Prime Minister Keir Starmer's refusal to offer substantial military assistance.
The real challenge here is that the president has not just gone after policy differences with the existing British government and with Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister. He has gone after the fundamentals of the relationship by saying that NATO is useless.
King Charles then traveled to Capitol Hill to meet with congressional leadership and deliver a joint address reflecting on the two nations' shared history.
Whatever our differences, whatever disagreements we may have, we stand united in our commitment to uphold democracy, to protect all our people from harm, and to salute the courage of those who daily risk their lives in the service of our countries.
In Washington, I'm Michael Yoshida.
For a second time, former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted by the DOJ. Sources say Comey was indicted on charges related to a social media post he made last year. Comey's post featured a picture of seashells on the beach with what officials say was a message threatening Trump. The first case against Comey alleged he lied to Congress over leaks to the press. That case was dismissed.
A change is coming to some U.S. passports. The State Department announced today a limited number of new passports will bear an image of President Donald Trump. A department spokesperson said an addition of the president's picture and signature is to mark the country's 250th birthday. The State Department will begin issuing these passports this summer. It's unclear how many will be issued or whether a recipient will have to request the specifically designed passport. Passports are typically valid for 10 years. And this may sound like a sci-fi movie, but it's real. And the air taxi that's in the last stage of approval that could revolutionize travel.
The collaboration between Kent State and the Cleveland Museum of Natural History is a long-standing one.
Dr. Aaron's experimental lab is really state-of-the-art. It's known internationally.
We can recreate any artifact from the last 3 million years, and the Cleveland Museum of Natural History has pretty much any tool that ancient people use. So we send our students up here to study those examples so they can figure out how to recreate them. And the collaboration led to incredible discoveries right here in Ohio. And it's a dream come true.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. I have a mentor, and she convinced me to continue my education. No one receives a diploma alone. If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Welcome back. We have all of your top consumer stories this evening. Consumer confidence is on the rise for the third straight month despite the war with Iran. That's according to the Conference Board. The agency released the results of its latest survey showing consumer confidence increased by just over half a point in April. The board's chief said that consumers are feeling optimistic about the labor market, which is offsetting economic worries.
Something out of Back to the Future. Imagine cutting your hour-long commute down to 10 minutes. This week, the air taxi firm Joby Aviation is testing out the first electric vertical takeoff and landing flights in the New York area. The aircraft looks like a drone and can fit 5 people, including a pilot. They take off vertically like a helicopter, then the propellers tilt to push it forward. The company says they are quieter than helicopters and produce 0 emissions. The company is in the final stage of FAA certification.
With the rise in fuel prices, one trade group representing U.S. airlines is seeking the government's assistance. The Association of Value Airlines, which includes carriers like Spirit, Frontier, Allegiant, and Breeze, is seeking $2.5 billion in federal assistance. The group says that the war in Iran is having an impact on cheaper airlines because they can't raise fares as easily as other airlines.
The state of Florida is expanding its criminal investigation into OpenAI, the parent company and the creator of ChatGPT. Florida's Attorney General says the probe will now include the recent killings of 2 University of South Florida doctoral students. Prosecutors say the accused killer asked ChatGPT a series of questions in the days before the 2 students vanished. The suspect allegedly asked ChatGPT about putting a human body in a dumpster, about guns, and vehicle identification.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
I'm back with the remaining look of your weather forecast because we all know Ohio's weather changes, but I like to think I'm faster. So go ahead, and tomorrow we are looking at a wide variety of weather. Like I said, that constant change. We are going to have a high of 54 degrees, but it plummets right back down to the 39 degrees, which quite not freezing, but not fun. And we're going to be seeing not a lot of sun, so I hope everyone got to go outside and today. But like I said, with these constant changes, it's just one of those days or one of those times where you have to go out, layer up, and be prepared for anything. And while it is still cold, we are going to see a high humidity of 87 degrees, but just a little bit of wind. under 10 miles per hour, so not too much wild gusts. But if we go ahead and look into our extended forecast, like I said, we're going to see that drop, that decline, and we go right down into seeing lows of 37 degrees. But luckily with that, we are going to be seeing not a lot of rain, but lots of clouds, so not quite looking great for May as of right now. We might not be seeing a lot of those flowers, but hopefully we'll start to pick up as we see towards the end of the weekend with the 60 high of 63 degrees. So with the weather constantly changing, I'll be back again shortly for all things weather.
The Tampa Bay Rays took a trip up north to take down the Guardians in a late game battle. More on the game next on your Kent Stater Sports Report.
New data about safety and effectiveness can come to light. The FDA keeps track of that new data, which can come from patients, drug makers, or healthcare professionals, and may include information about negative reactions to prescriptions. Based on this information, the FDA may recommend that the drug maker update the drug labeling by adding warnings or updated dosage information. Changes could also include the FDA requesting a drug recall. Find the answers at fda.gov/drugs.
Registration for Lavender Celebration is open now. Lavender Celebration is a historic pre-commencement ceremony held to honor queer graduating students. Now hosted by Pride Kent, this event will be held on April 30th from 6 to 9 p.m. in the Kent State Student Center Ballroom with a community reception at 5. Join us for a free dinner and award ceremony with keynote speakers and watch the graduates walk the stage and receive our iconic rainbow stoles. Bring your friends, family, and absolutely anyone, regardless of how you identify. Scan the QR code or go to the link below and register today. Registration closes April 20th.
At Kent State University, we want all students to develop a global perspective. And with more than 200 study abroad programs in 60 countries, there are many opportunities. One is found in the Central African country of Rwanda, where students connect with survivors of the 1994 genocide.
We're learning about the reconciliation process. Rwanda sort of took a very community-based approach to how they recovered.
In January, a group of Kent State student athletes traveled to Rwanda, where they organized a soccer camp for children.
While we were there, we got to work with kids and spread our knowledge about sports.
And we brought shoes, cleats, soccer balls for everybody.
It was a transformational experience.
The people of Rwanda were full of joy. They were also full of excitement in life.
I think the big thing that I'm going to take home personally from the experience is perspective. There's not just one way to do things.
This was unlike any other academic experience I've ever had.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
Our final week is here, and with that comes one more Kent Stater TV Sports Report. 2 actually, so let's get into it, starting here on campus. So some big news coming out of our Kent basketball team's transfer guard, Chancey Willis Jr. has joined the team after playing all of last year at the University of Minnesota. Now, although he suffered a season-ending injury, Willis Jr. averaged over 26 minutes per game and led the MAC in scoring per game in his 2024 campaign. He was also named All-MAC second team and received MAC Player of the Week in 2024 when dropping over 25 points in both games where they took down Ohio and Northern Illinois. Kent State will get a huge weapon and workhorse for head coach Rob Senderoff. Now taking things over to our men's and women's track teams. 2 Kent State students, Amron Chilton and Amari Hall, were recognized for their performances at the Jim Freeman Clark Wood Invitational, earning MAC Conference of the Week honors. Chilton posted 2 program records to get this award, winning the 200-meter dash in 23.06 seconds, alongside clocking a time of 3 minutes 34 seconds, in the 4x400. Hall got a new personal best of 25 feet and 6 inches in the long jump, second in program history. Now catch the Flashes back in action this Friday and Saturday at the Jesse Owens Classic in Columbus. Now taking you over to the mound, the Kent State baseball team will travel tomorrow to take on the University of Pittsburgh after winning their series against Western Michigan, taking 2 out of 3. The last time we did see the Flashes, though, they took a tough Game 3 loss to WMU, but still saw plenty of promise from their playmakers. Redshirt junior Ripken Reese had 6 total hits in the series, 1 home run, and 6 RBIs, providing plenty of help for Kent State. Senior Brody Williams also went 2 for 3 with a home run, RBI, and stolen base in the third game. Kent lost in a poor fashion last year to Pitt, so expect some get-back grit for this team. Now taking you from the collegiates to the professionals, the Cleveland Guardians Progressive Field. Cleveland hosting Tampa Bay Rays, both teams fighting for their division. Parker Messick on the mound for the Guards. And we're going to start with a Daniel Schneemann bomb to left center field, and that one is out of here. A 2-run homer. It'll be his 4th on the year. Going to make it 2-0 Guardians now as we head to the top of the 6th. Runner on, and Ryan Valade through center ground is going to go right through the middle field RBI double. Yandy Diaz, he's going to bring home his 5th RBI on the year. Going to be 2-1 Guards, and Tampa Bay kind of getting a little bit of get back. And there it goes on the top of the 8th. Jonathan Aranda solo homer, a 373-foot bomb to the right. Check that one out again. His 7th homer of the year, 24 RBIs as well, making it 2-2. And this might just do it, ladies and gentlemen. Valade, a single to center, going to bring in Richie Palacios. Palacios going to be waved home, and he will be safe. And that will do it. They're winning 3-2 are the Guardians. Now keeping you on the diamond, there is a game coming up tonight. They are currently playing their 2nd of 3 series games against the Rays, which did start a few minutes ago at 6:10. In bigger news though, they have called up former #1 pick Travis Bazzana, the most highly anticipated prospect to debut since Francisco Lindor. Bazzana, 23, will be in the lineup for the Guards after hitting a .287 over 24 games, notching 27 hits, 2 homers, 10 ribbies, and 8 stolen bases. A big addition for Cleveland in a crucial series with a struggling Juan Brito. Score sits at 0-0 as we speak. But that's all the sports I have for you for now. But stay tuned for even more sports content later on.
Denim Day in Portage County is shining a light on support for survivors. How Safer Futures is encouraging people to speak out and seek help next.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane! Woo! You got
this! I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh, boy.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us for KSTV's hour-long special. I'm Sydney Brown.
And I'm Joe Malbin. We have 30 more minutes of your community, your stories.
Well, this month is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and across the country, many communities are commemorating with Denim Day.
That's right, Sydney. Our own Talia Scassa is here with how one shelter in Portage County is helping provide support.
That's correct, Joe. April marks Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and across the country, communities are taking part in Denim Day. Held this year on April 29th, an annual campaign encouraging people to wear jeans in support of survivors. The movement began in 1999 after a rape conviction in Italy was overturned because the survivor was wearing tight jeans, sparking global outrage and protests around the world. Here in Kent, organizations like Safer Futures are continuing that mission all year round. Safer Futures is the only domestic violence shelter in Portage County, providing emergency housing, advocacy, and 24/7 support for individuals and families escaping abuse. Initiatives like Denim Day help bring attention to the resources available locally and remind survivors they are not alone. As April comes to a close, wearing denim on April 29th is one way the community can take a stand, support survivors, speak out against sexual violence, and continue supporting efforts to create safer futures for all. Safer Futures is recognizing Denim Day by encouraging community members to wear denim and support survivors of sexual violence by seeking and offering help. For KSTV, I'm Talia Scassa.
Weight loss drugs are working so well, brides-to-be are now being asked to sign legal waivers at some bridal stores. The Wall Street Journal reported stores are struggling to keep up when brides lose a lot of weight from GLP-1s. The waivers help protect stores from returns when a dress no longer fits and can't be altered. The increasing popular drug can cause customers to drop a full size in just a few weeks. David's Bridal says the rush wedding orders have doubled in the past few years, so now brides are buying dresses mere weeks before their wedding versus the traditional 6-month time frame.
Well, up to half of all U.S. women will develop a condition called pelvic organ prolapse over their lifetime, but doctors say the subject remains taboo.
In today's Health Minute, who else but CNN's Mandy Gaither has more on the newer robotic-assisted surgery that allows more women to reclaim their life with a short recovery.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
Welcome back, and we are approaching the end of April, but we may not be seeing the end of some of these showers that have came along with it. But right now I'll go ahead and look into what Ohio has right now for us. It has not had much change. We have gone down to about 69 degrees right now in Akron, as we were at the 70 degrees. That is, as the sun is starting to set, we are seeing temperatures go down. But down south in Athens area and Cincinnati, nice still 75 degrees. If we go ahead and take a closer look at our cities and counties area, here in Kent, still about 70 degrees, and up north 68, and all the way in Sandusky, they are down cooler with the 62 degrees. And right there, Youngstown area, 73 degrees, so not a lot of variety, nothing crazy going on right now in Ohio. And if we go ahead and look at to the rest of the night has in store for us and what today has, we are about, we had 70 degrees all throughout today, but we will see about a smooth decline going into climbing down to about 64 all the way into the 50s, but that's just as the sun sets. No rain, no wind, nothing expected, just the chill coming in for tonight. But tomorrow or today, but don't go away. I will return with a deeper look for the rest of April has in store and a sneak peek for May's weather.
Casey, I can't wait. And adding to her list of favorite things, Oprah is getting on the podcast game. What to know about her latest deal with Amazon?
At Kent State University, student athletes from around the world find their home away from home.
My dream has always been to come to the United States and play basketball on a college level.
I'm gonna be the first graduate in my family. It's a big thing for me.
The faculty members here at Kent State are incredible.
I feel like Kent State, it has all the opportunity in the world.
Northeast Ohio is the ideal place for them to excel athletically and academically. From the moment they arrive, students are surrounded by a network of support that helps them thrive and achieve their dreams.
We are a family, so helping each other out is one of the most important things.
Straight away I knew I had people that I could count on. As soon as I got here, between coaches, friends that I met pretty early on, I feel like this is a second home now.
This is the place. This is it.
Coach Starkey, he always asks about how you're doing.
Our coaches are so supportive. They make you better athletes, and so many of those qualities are transferable. You're going to come out of here being a successful student athlete.
Kent State University's Marcello Fantoni has served on the scientific committee of the Palace of Versailles for the past decade. Through this prestigious position, Fantoni creates worldwide connections, helping Kent State students and faculty realize one-of-a-kind global experiences.
Today, Kent State University is a global university. We have a presence in every single continent of this planet. If we send our Ohio students all over the world and bring their experiences back, we create the conditions in Ohio for a much healthier and stronger development of the entire state. When you come back and you have more tools in your brain, more options for solutions, you are a more talented, a more versatile professional. And this is what the market wants today. The future of higher education is global.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
You get a podcast. You get a podcast. It seems everyone's getting podcasts, and now Oprah Winfrey is getting a podcast of her own. The former television host is inking a deal with Amazon. Now the multi-year agreement includes specials that will focus on her favorite things and book club labels. Her shows will still be available on YouTube along with her new content beginning in July. The podcast will also be available across Amazon services including Prime Video and Audible.
Wow. Well, Taylor Swift is also, she's filing a trademark. This time for her likeness and voice. Her company filed 3 trademark applications with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office on Friday. 2 applications are for her voice trademark saying, "Hey, it's Taylor Swift." And the third is a visual trademark of Swift from the Eras Tour in a multicolor bodysuit with a pink guitar. The legal move comes in the age of AI as celebrities like Matthew McConaughey trademarked iconic phrases to stop AI misuse.
All right. Well, it seems wedding bells are in the future for Harry Styles of Project Hail Mary fame and Zoe Kravitz of the Batman fame. The couple is officially engaged, according to People magazine. Styles and Kravitz have only shared the news with close friends so far. Earlier this month, the actress was spotted in London wearing a potential engagement ring. Now, Styles and Kravitz were first seen out in public just a couple of years ago, just last year.
Another shakeup, Grammy-winning rapper Megan Thee Stallion is wrapping up her Broadway run earlier than expected. In a social media post, she said she'll exit Moulin Rouge the musical on May 1st, so this Friday, more than 2 weeks ahead of schedule. The star, who made her Broadway debut in March as a nightclub owner, Zidler, thanked the cast, crew, and fans, calling the experience an honor. No reason was given for the early departure, but the news comes just days after she confirmed her breakup with NBA star Klay Thompson.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
Well, welcome back to the last time you'll see me doing Tuesday weather forecast, and we are approaching the end of April, but if we go ahead and look at what tomorrow has in store, a little bit of a whirlwind. We are looking to have a high of 54, but hitting a low of about into the 30s. But good news is low chance for precipitation and low winds, but with that, comes with humidity, so just be prepared for a lot of changes throughout your day. Maybe come out with a jacket or just stuff you can layer up, and be prepared for anything throughout the day. And if we go ahead and look into the rest of your week here in Ohio, for April and into May, we are climbing down to the nice spring, summer-like temperatures we even begin to see into about, today we had the high of 72, but tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week, only about a high of 50s and 40s. So not starting off May into the hot, nice, but it is what it is, and I hope, but now here's a joke that I've been dying to use as May's coming around. Why doesn't Conor McGregor like to fight in the spring? Because of May weather. For KSTV, I'm Casey Baylog.
The Battle of PA continued last night in a Penguins eventful victory over the Philadelphia Flyers. We get some sports next.
Many Olympians have launched their careers at Kent State University. In track and field, veteran coach Nathan Fanger has propelled 2 star athletes to the Summer Games. Following in their powerful footsteps is Olympic hopeful Gabby Bailey. Gabby's high school coach knew Kent State would be a perfect home for the Jamaican star after seeing the success of one of his former athletes, Olympian Danielle Thomas-Dodd.
Kent is a good place to grow because the environment here is unmatched compared to other schools. It's not just a good place for athletes, it's a good place for everybody. Everybody feels supported here.
Coach Fanger helps Gabby grow athletically and academically.
We want to go win conference championships, and we want to see people's success outside of track and field. But to get there, you've got to be able to be supportive through the whole process, right? I'm there essentially 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
It's like an experience that you probably won't get anywhere else. And it's just a feeling of being welcome all the time.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
Welcome back to your Kent Stater Sports Report. There's a lot more to talk about, so let's get into it, starting with a trip to Pittsburgh over the weekend. Now, while we have talked about the NFL draft, I want to highlight the players' draft, and I want to highlight the experience the draft gave. Over 800,000 people over the weekend in Pittsburgh, breaking NFL draft records. While the sights alone were beautiful, the draft experience was something to remember, giving fans free reign to Acrisure Stadium to watch the draft on the big screen. The stage, however, gave the NFL's next generation of players a chance to show themselves and represent their talent. I was able to speak to some fans to get a better perspective on the city, so go ahead and take a look.
It's always a blast to be down here in Pittsburgh with all the engines and everything. Enjoying the first time being at draft. My family grew up in Pittsburgh.
Please ignore the bad.
Nothing like this. It's different like atmosphere as far as like the winning culture. You know, want to get back to that winning way. Get ourselves to the 7th Super Bowl. You know.
There's a lot to do. A lot of good events to do. People have been pretty friendly. Pittsburgh is a beautiful city, and yeah, glad to be here. It's a really nice event. Go Browns. That's it.
It means a lot, you know, because it's bringing a lot more money into the city. You know, the local vendors. You know what I mean, and on top of the big businesses also. You know, then it's just a good vibe. It's a good vibe. And we got a lot of Super Bowls. It's just a blue collar town, man. You know what I mean? Like you get a good work ethic here. You know, passed down generation to generation. You know, so it's just amazing. But on top of having the greatest sports team in the whole history, I mean, it's anytime there's a game, it's always unity. Right.
A lot of fun interviews, and the draft was super excited. So I am very excited personally to see how it goes in Washington, D.C. next year. But that's not all yet. We do have some NHL to cover after a crazy Monday night. So let's get into it there. We're going to go to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Let's play PPG Paints Arena. There we go. Game 5. Pens they're going to score on their first shot. Elmer Soderblom going to hit the 6'8", 11 goals in the regular season, helping out Pittsburgh get that early lead there. They're going to head to the second period. Connor Dewar going to take it in himself. Refs taking a look, and they're going to take a replay at this, but that is in off the shoulder of the goalie, and Pittsburgh's going to take that 2-0 lead. Some momentum in this game, but not for long. Alex Bump going to take the twig and score on the wrist shot. His first playoff goal, going to make it 2-1 Pens as we head to the second, 4:57 to go. Travis Sanheim going to score wrist shot on Arturs Shilovs, making it a tie game here in the second. So Pittsburgh's going to need some luck, and that luck is going to help them out here. Sidney Crosby, Chris Letang off the wall, and oh my goodness, it goes in. The goalie has no idea. Take a look, it bounces off the wall behind the goalie and goes right in, giving Pittsburgh that 3-2 lead. Dan Vladar had no idea what was going on there. So down 3-0, Penguins going to win this one. Can even the series in Philly. Game 6 tomorrow night. Now we bring in our anchors, Joe, Sydney. Good to see you guys. We've had some cool talks. Good to see you as always, Evan. Throughout this process. So we talked some guards, we talked some hockey, but let's talk some NBA. The Cleveland Cavaliers. Quickly, give me your thoughts on the game tomorrow, what they can do to win this game.
You know, I'm all the way thinking Cavs game in 6, and you know, I just saw their new promo. Our history continues 10 years after our win. Come on, Cleveland, let's go.
We need to do this. We need to win. I think we will.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, it'll be interesting. So thank you, Sydney Brown, Jill Malm. I got to shout you guys out for the chat and all your chats throughout the semester. It has been a great time. Thank you for your hard work. You will be missed, but that's all the time I have for you today. For more, check out the Kent Stater on all socials and tune in for the final episode of Sports Corner from last night. One last time this semester. For KSTV, I'm Evan Schofield. Take it away, guys.
Jimmy can't sing, and Tommy can't dance, so we're gonna put some ants in their pants. Aww.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, sing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Welcome back. The most bittersweet welcome back, because we now get to hear from our seniors.
That's right. We have 4 seniors on the Tuesday newscast, including Sydney and myself, our producer Rachel, and our show director Luke. And Luke, thank you for all that you do for the show.
Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm Luke Guttridge, and typically I'm on the other side of the cameras as your Tuesday newscast director. I joined student media back in fall of 2024 during my first of 2 junior years. I just switched majors from 3 years in fashion design, actually, and I knew essentially no one coming into this program, so I was just looking to try something new, and what I got out of it was so much more than I could have imagined. It gave me the opportunity to meet so many talented people with a deep passion for what they do, and it opened my eyes to new possibilities for my future and my career that I never considered before joining student media. I'd like to thank my crew, Brian, Dylan, Bruna, Michael, Alex, Naki, and Katie. It has been an honor to be your director this semester and see you all grow in your positions and become so much more confident. My production leadership team, Devin, Jenny, Katie, Maria, and Noah, working with you all has given me so many great opportunities to challenge myself and take on so many fun projects to make our organization the best it can be. Joanne and Jason, who we truly could not do any of this without.
Yes.
My mom and dad, thank you so much for all your support through all my uncertainty and indecisiveness and switching my major after 3 years, and all my other friends and family who have supported me every step of the way. It has been a truly unforgettable and a genuinely life-changing 4 semesters being part of student media. And the only thing I regret is that I don't have 4 more.
Who's cutting onions? I know, literally. I totally agree, Luke. The only thing I wish is that I joined sooner. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Rachel and I'm the producer of today's newscast. So normally I stay out of the studio from 6 to 7. I have been a part of KSTV for 3 semesters and it has truly been one of the best parts of my college experience. I came to Kent in 2022 as a nutrition student and I quickly realized that STEM life was not for me. And so I switched to journalism and it's the best decision I've ever made. I finally worked up the courage to join student media last spring and let me tell you, like I said, my biggest regret is not joining sooner. And thank you to everyone who has made this experience amazing for me. I want to thank my amazing leadership team, Lillian, Sophia, Kaylee. I'm so happy with everything we've done this semester and I've loved working with you. You 3 are going to do great things and I can't wait to see. Thank you to my crew, Brian, Michael, Bruna, Dylan, Maria, and especially Luke. Thank you for rolling with everything I throw at you every week. I also want to thank my incredible talent. Thank you to Joe and Sydney for being the best anchors I possibly could have asked for in my last semester. Thank you to Talia for your hard work reporting every week. Thank you, Casey, for keeping me aware of the weather. You're the best non-meteorologist. Thank you, Evan, for your amazing sports reports. I also, of course, want to thank Cameron, Noreen, Gillen, the most amazing AP I could have asked for. It's so funny. I'm so grateful for our 4 years of friendship, and I feel so lucky that I convinced you to switch your major to journalism. Thank you to my roommates as well, Liana and Andy, for watching Cam and my show every week. You're basically our biggest fans. And of course, thank you to my family. My mom, thank you for supporting me in everything I do. I don't know what I would do without you. To my dad, thank you for igniting my interest in television and news, and for all the professional advice you've given me. I don't know how I would have gone through this without you. And to my brother Rex, thank you for always being there for me. I wish you the best of luck in college and with your broadcast future. And to everyone else I didn't mention, thank you, of course, as well. I will forever cherish them. Oh my gosh. I will forever cherish my time being a part of KSTV and my time at Kent State as a whole. Oh.
It's weird. Finally saying goodbye. You know, I've done a lot here over the past 8 semesters, and I think the best way to say goodbye is to say thanks. And there's a lot of people I want to say thank you to, but I'm going to table that for like the senior goodbye video. Just know that I love you all. TV2 and KSTV has always been about people helping people and then passing that information on to the younger people. And there's so many people who have contributed to my experience here. It would take maybe we'd have to add another half an hour to the show. I want to thank my parents who encouraged me every step of the way, my brother and sister, my grandparents who have watched every show. I want to thank my aunts and uncles who have also been so supportive. I also want to thank my friends outside of this place who have supported me. If you know, you know. You know, there's so many of you who have meant so much to my journey, and I want to thank you. In fact, if like I said, if I tried, we'd have to add 30 more minutes. I didn't write this well. So I'll do, I love you guys. Thank you to the adults in the room, to Joanne Larson, to Mizell Stewart, to Gretchen Hoke, of course. I want to thank this wonderful cast and crew, Casey, Cameron, Luke, Talia, Alex, Naki, Brian, Michael, Bruna, Dylan, and Maria, who worked tirelessly to make this show happen. To my producer, Rachel, it's been awesome seeing you grow from an AP to a producer to leadership, and I'm going to miss having advanced magazine writing with you every week. To the leadership team who pour countless sleepless hours into this place, Lillian, Kaylee, Sophia, thank you for all you contribute to this place. To Maddox Miller and Lexi Blatnick, the IND gang for life. To my friend Evan Schofield, who works so hard. You're such a talented young man, and you need to stop striving for people to like you. We like you. You're going to go so far, and I'm so proud of you. To my wonderful co-anchor, Sydney Brown. You know, Sydney and I actually started here in the fall of 2022, and my first show was with Sydney on Friday Newscast. Shout out. I was a segment anchor, and she was an anchor, and I was like, wow, you know, she's so talented. And then I found out she was also a freshman, and I was like, what? Sydney, you're so talented, and you're someone I look up to in journalism. Is she crying yet? It's been an honor to anchor together. To Nikki Gajeski, Porridge Pulse for life. I'll see you at 19. She knows what that means. To Lex Rady, I mean, my man, we ran this place once. How crazy was that? I'm glad we did it, though. To my friend Anthony Leonardi, I love you, dude. I'm grateful to call you a brother in Christ. And to my friend Tyler Schlosser, who's here now. Tyler cares so much for all of those around him. I'm so grateful to get to call him my friend. I love you, buddy. To Odin Amador Gorby, it's been awesome watching you grow throughout the years. I truly have seen you become a stronger person, and I'm grateful God gave me a friend like you. To Nuryed Hurtado, now Nuryed, for you guys who don't know, she's been here since, like, Casey, for example, you were probably in first grade when she first graduated.
Oh my God.
But in all seriousness, I'm so grateful you came back. You've mentored me here in ways that I really cherish. Finally, to Noah Rowe. Noah, if you're watching this, man, thank you for taking me under your wing. You helped me become the producer I am today, and at one point I had no idea what I wanted to do before you took me under your wing. You showed me the ropes. I wouldn't be in this field or heading to produce in Cleveland without your guidance. You had that impact on me, and I'll always cherish the Barbie Kicker Chat. And finally, I have to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, who has literally always been there for me in college. To everyone who feels lost, hopeless, and anxious, Jesus is real. He loves you, he cares about you, and is standing at the door waiting to be let in. We can talk more about that if you'd like. I want to end with a bit of advice. This place is a great place for building connections and skills to build your career, but always look out for the little guy, those who need help, those who you may not care for as much. There are people in here who need your help. Don't overlook them. Love you guys.
I just love this crew. I'm can't even believe this is the moment that we're already here. We've been counting down the weeks of this semester, and it just feels so surreal. And as Joe already mentioned, we were actually on our first ever TV2 newscast together, and I'm so grateful we've gotten to work together in lots of different partnerships and roles over the 4 years. So as we end our final semester together on what this crew calls the retirement tour, it is a really great way to close this chapter. And I mean, great company here, especially with the Tuesday newscast team. Everyone you see in the entire crew, you can see via the spy cams, maybe, if we can get those queued up, who are manually executing every detail with hands-on motions. Evan, it's really cool to see you crush it from your first anchor spot on a show I produced a few semesters ago. If you know, you know. Casey, so crazy. We grew up a city apart, and now I get to watch you do amazing things here, and I hope you keep going. And Talia, I mean, we have another sorority gal in the studio, so that's always been really neat. Rachel and Cam, thank you for the time you do and commit to making this show run. You're all true unsung heroes, so thank you. I can easily say this corner of campus is my favorite. I've had the greatest laughs with this group, and the best was when our professors and mentors like Dr. Gretchen Hoke and our studio mom, Joanne, joined in, and she's already recording, and it's making me so emotional. They've truly seen us through it all, and because of my experiences here, I've had the honor of working in newsrooms at Cleveland's own Fox 8 as an intern and freelance producer for New Day Cleveland, and I'm closing out my college career interning for the morning team there. So much fun, and being in these newsrooms has allowed me to learn from top-notch crews. And speaking of, there are so many amazing upperclassmen who have welcomed me, and many great people who will fill these positions when we're gone. I can definitely speak to amazing things coming from Sophia Elena and Kaylee Jenks. My catalyst moment here specifically, though, is thanks to Nuryed for believing in me to help lead the newsroom in 2024. The opportunity brought me so much closer to everyone who stopped in the newsroom, and we documented the once-in-a-lifetime total solar eclipse with multimedia coverage. Didn't think we'd ever want to talk about it again, but here we are. I've taken a road trip to conferences in New York City with coworkers who became close friends and gone back to the city for a whole summer with two girls whose closets you just love to see. Kayla and Mallory, love you guys. My partner in crime, Noah Rowe, and I coordinated a nearly 4-hour live election show. Even on the long days, he was always able to make me laugh. And to the Thursday gang, so grateful you guys pulled the sophomore into your crew. Thank God I commented on a Ted Lasso references that one time. But anyway, go Arsenal. And my TV2 gals, Alex, Erin, Kennedy, wow, I just love having such cool girlfriends. You all inspire me more than you know. Our election shows are some of my favorite late nights at Franklin Hall, and it was even the first time I worked with my future boyfriend, Anthony Zacharias. You just make me the happiest. But I wouldn't be anywhere without my #1 fans. My grandparents catch each and every broadcast and have their own favorite commercials and PSAs. Fun fact, they sent me a text or an email after each newscast, and it's meant the world to me to make them proud. In completing our party of 5, my parents, they've been my role models my whole life, and getting to tell them about all my highlights here is some of my favorite reporting I've done. Dad, you're my go-to call, and my best friend, my mom, I love you the mostest. Thank you all for listening to this monologue, and I'm excited to say I'm just getting started. I'll be reporting in Youngstown for WKVN 27 First News, starting as a MMJ next month. So thank you to TV2, Kent Stater TV, and all the people who make this place, the Kent Stater Newsroom.
Oh.
Wow.
That's it.
I'm gonna cry.
I just, go for it. I don't have more.
I'm sorry. This is for everyone. What's your favorite PSA?
What an awesome question. I mean, the brush your teeth commercial is stacked with cameos. However, I also really like the sad one of the woman who lived in a shoe because it's so cute and sweet, but it's sad.
I feel like it has to be Elmo. Like, we
Yes.
literally give out an award in production for who plays it the most.
That's awesome.
Like, that's
Yes.
just a classic.
But you can't forget,
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
I knew it. I knew it.
Forgetting how it goes.
I think that's
Oh my
the best
gosh.
one. I don't think anything tops that.
I don't know. I like the little hamster one.
The hamster
The
one?
hamster one's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
The hamster one's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about the cat? The cat in the sandbox? Or watching now? Come on, you guys.
Yeah, also a classic, yes.
Study up if you don't know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a long semester. Quick semester, though. We had a good time.
Very
Small
sad it's
crew,
over.
but you know what?
Best crew.
Best crew,
Yes.
in my opinion.
Tuesday Newscast doesn't win. Gretchen Hoke.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Please. Oh, man. Wow.
All right.
Wow.
But just a cool experience. And I mean, there's so many people behind the scenes here. And we were even surprised by my good friend Tyler, who's in our studio tonight as well. Just so many fun people that you don't get to see all the time. So that's why it's so fun when we get to hear your guys' perspective of everything, too.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
It's been our pleasure the past 4 years to deliver the news. I'm Sydney Brown.
And I'm Joe Melvin.
See you later, Portage County. Woo! Good.
What a day.
Wow.
Hey, I'm worried about your parents. We need to show them how to spot phishing emails.
Agree, the scammers are out of control.
And we need to show them how to use a password manager. Plus, help them add multi-factor authentication.
Yes, we use MFA at work and it's great. Great cake. I'll use MFA to verify my purchase. Software update? Done. Time to celebrate.
For more information on how to keep yourself and those you care about safe online, go to CISA.gov/secure our world.
I surrender, I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?